What's up, guys? Tim Benson here, Crypto Tim. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Coffee and Crypto. You might notice the new name here. So I like this crypto thing, and we decided, you know what? We're just going to do this a little bit more focused on crypto. So welcome, guys. Welcome in. What are we going to talk about today? Well, there's a lot of news happening in the crypto and Bitcoin world. Title of this video is Bitcoin, is it going to the moon? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some more news happening all across the crypto land. What's going on with some of the altcoins? Are they popping off? Some of them are. We're going to do some quick technical analysis. I'm not going to get too technical on these things. I wanted to talk a little bit today about how I want this channel to be envisioned and embraced, and something just talking to a lot of people personally over the last few weeks. You know, there's a ton of guys out there that, a ton of people out there that have tons of information about technical indicators and price. And I wanted to present a show that was very easy to follow and easy to get into as far as learning about this industry, because it really is a breakthrough industry. So hold on to your seats. We're going to talk a lot about Bitcoin, where it's going, where Ethereum is going, some crazy news happening, some quick charts. I'm going to take your questions, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy this intro, by the way. All right, guys. So thanks again for joining Coffee and Crypto. Looks like we have a few folks joining us here. Feel free to leave some comments, say hi. We are broadcasting live on our Facebook page and on YouTube. So thanks again for joining us. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Tim Benson. I'm the founder of NetScore. What does NetScore do? We do online marketing, websites, social media, Google, graphic design. Now we do a lot of great stuff online, ready to help your business. You can follow our page, facebook.com/NetScore Pro. You can follow me on Twitter at CryptoTimicus. Look for Crypto Tim. I'm Crypto Tim. Yes, that's my username, and I'm very proud of it. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, and also the bell notification if you want to stay up to date with all of the info that we talk about here. And if you want to visit NetScore's site, netscorepro.com. So with that being said, welcome to Coffee and Crypto. Like I mentioned, what is the vision of this podcast? Well, I want to bring crypto easy to you. I want you to learn everything there is to know about getting the most out of this crazy industry, because guys, it is absolutely starting to heat up. And I've had more and more people, as I mentioned earlier, text me, message me, hit me up on Telegram. And one of the questions is it too late? What should I buy? How much? And, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going to get to that in a second. But hopefully I can be a voice among many voices to help you navigate this crazy world. So before we go on, warning, disclaimer. Guys, this is a very volatile market. Let me say this again. You could really lose a lot of money if you are not careful. So please do your own research. Take responsibility for your trades, for your risk, and try to understand what you are getting into. And I don't mean to say that to scare you, but there is the sobering reality that, you know, this is a very volatile market. So just understand it is what it is. One of the big questions is, how do I buy? How do I buy? How do I buy? Buying crypto on Voyager. I'm going to give you a deep dive into the Voyager app. It is my preferred app. It is on Android. It is on iOS. You can visit their site, investvoyager.com. I'm going to give a breakdown of Voyager a little bit later in this live stream. I do suggest you check it out. It's really cool. You can actually earn passive income on just holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, 60 other coins. So that's pretty awesome. You could also keep USD on there if you're ready to buy some of your altcoins or Bitcoin when the time is right. So you don't have to just go in and buy immediately. You can wait a little bit. One thing I want to mention about Voyager, it is FDIC insured if you hold USD. I believe they are working on a Bitcoin BTC FDIC insurance. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's in the works. These guys are extremely by the books. The founder, Steve Ehrlich, founder of E-Trade, very, very knowledgeable and very notable guy in this online market. So I trust those guys. I trust their team. So the big question du jour is, where is Bitcoin going? By the way, before I continue, looks like we have some comments. Hey, Tim, glad to catch you on Crypto Part 2. Thanks, Michelle. Thank you. We have a lot of our friends from my Music Academy world. It's good to see you guys. Quick side note, I really love this crypto industry. So I'll be doing more of this. So yeah, I'm glad that you're checking this out. Thank you. Thank you for joining. This is really awesome. Okay, let's get into where we are in the market. This is a nifty website. This is called Coin Market Cap, and it will tell you exactly where the price of a lot of these cryptos are. Okay, so many of you already know this, and if you're experienced in this market, just bear with me, guys. This is going to be probably more of a beginner tutorial for most folks that tune in right now, but I will have some nuggets of information for you, so hopefully everybody can get something out of this. CoinMarketCap.com. You can also go to CoinGecko.com. That is another one. I use both of them. CoinMarketCap probably is a little bit more, I think it's been around a little bit longer. They're both good. But what's the importance of it? Well, let's check some prices. Bitcoin is at 61,000. It was there for a few days now. It's been consolidating. I do think it is due to break up or do a big move relatively soon. When that is, I can't tell you, but I do expect a move coming, and we are going to talk about that. You can also look at Ethereum. It hit an all-time high of $4,600. It's retraced a little bit to $4,400. One of my big picks, Solana. We're going to talk a bit more about Solana in a second here. Cardano kind of doing Cardano things, which is unfortunately not much right now. Sorry for the Cardano holders there, but you know, it's just been sideways. XRP, yeah. Polkadot, yeah, you know, it's also due. Shiba Inu. So that's part of the meme coin culture. We got Dogecoin and Shiba. Shiba actually in the 9th spot. Shiba's been making some moves. It is sitting at a $34 billion market cap. Will it overtake Polkadot at 51? It's possible. But so these are the things you want to look for when you're seeing what coins are moving. Obviously, look at the price. You want to look at it at its recent history, but the market cap's got to make sense. I've had some friends that are, oh, Shiba's going to the moon. It's going to go to $1. Well, if that was the case, that would be like a quadrillion% higher than Bitcoin's market cap, which makes no sense. So let's be realistic, guys. You have to take the market cap into consideration. I'm going to explain this whole market cap thing because I think some people get confused. Look at the market cap as this big pizza, okay? And each slice is different cryptos. Bitcoin's got a big slice, Ethereum's got a slice, So when somebody says, well, X coin is going to hit X price, if the market cap doesn't make sense, what you're essentially saying is my slice of pizza is one day going to be 3 pizzas big. It's going to outgrow the entire pizza, which may not completely make sense in the long term. So just understand how this whole market cap thing works. Okay. It confused me too for a bit. Terra, really good project there. Avalanche. Chainlink is kind of, it's meandering, but I think it's going to pop up. We're going to get through some of these altcoins in a bit here. Let's take a look at the chart. Bitcoin. So we're still holding this zone right here, guys. We've been since 22nd of October. We've just been chopping around at the $60,000, $61,000 level. One of the big questions is, okay, what's going to happen next? I'm going to talk about some of my Twitter gurus online that are going to tell us, because they're the guru. I'm just the guy. I'm just going to tell you what they're saying because they're way smarter than me. Let's take a look at some news here. So, hey, Tim, this Bitcoin thing, I don't know. I think this is kind of a fad. Well, if it is, then you tell me. Why is Aaron Rodgers getting paid in Bitcoin? So that's fairly big news. Why is the New York's next mayor wants to be paid in Bitcoin? This broke yesterday. Why is Miami's mayor ready to accept entire salary of Bitcoin? So I think there's a reasonable chance that we're going to see some long-term longevity on this. And that's just my thesis there. So let me turn this off right here. Yeah. So, New York's mayor, Miami, I think there's a few other cities now. I believe Miami actually wants to put their city, they want to have a digital currency, the Miami coin or something, Miami Heat coin, maybe. I don't know. Maybe if you guys are in Miami, whoever's in Miami, you guys can tell me. That would be kind of cool. Okay. Let's check in. So as we're looking at the cycle of where we are in Bitcoin, guys, one of the big indicators, you should write this website down, cbbi.info. Take a sip of my drink here. The irony being, this is coffee and crypto, and this is not even coffee. This is Dr. Pepper. So I'm breaking my own rules. No fun. cbbi.info. Dear friend of mine, Colin Talks Crypto, amazing YouTuber. So you may have heard this from our last episode. This is a composite from a scale of 0 to 100 of how confident are we that we are at the Bitcoin bull run peak. And what he has done, he has taken a composite of indices from Bitcoin search term, halving to peak days, meaning every 4 years, Bitcoin halves the new supply hitting the market. How far are we in that cycle? This thing called the pi cycle top indicator. Remember at school, you had to learn about the pi, 3.16, whatever. So there's a indicator that has been proven pretty accurate. And when it's hit at 100%, we're close to the top. So there's all these other indicators that form a composite score when he has gone and analyzed past bull runs, as we've seen all the way back to 2012, gives us a really confident reading that when the CBBI confidence is high in the 80s or 90s, we are hitting some sort of peak. Looks like here in December 2013. I'm sorry, November 12th. Sorry. So around that area, the confidence was in the lower 80s. We peaked, big dip, and then the infamous November 2017 run, December 2017 run, where we hit 20,000. And the CBBI, if I can get it, my goodness, 97, hit 97 there. We're nowhere close, guys. We got some room to run. Let's take a look at one of the guys you should follow. You notice I'm a lot on Twitter here. Twitter, there's a lot of smart dudes and women, men and women. Don't want to get canceled. Everybody's smart on Twitter. But you should check out Twitter, and you should check out Crypto Twitter, and you should check out me, Crypto Tim, on Crypto Twitter, because that's where I live and breathe. Bitcoin stock to flow model. What is this craziness, Tim? Well, this is basically saying a chart from a very renowned analyst and investor, Plan B, that following this model of Bitcoin hitting the market, and then there's a every 4 years, half of that amount hits the market, there seems to be a correlation in value and price rise. And I don't think there's any denying that there is some correlation there. As you can see from the inception, 2010, when this thing was getting charted, there's a halving, price spiked, cooled down, price spiked again after the next halving here, cooled down. Then we were into 2016, halving, price spiked, and we had the halving in 2020. And no surprise, we're hitting what's called a double peak here, which resembles this 2013 run. So that's the operating thesis right now. He also tweeted this earlier today. Some people think November close of 98K is too big of a jump. So quick backstory. He predicted that at the end of this month, Bitcoin will be at 98K. Now, why is everybody paying attention to this? Well, he predicted in June that Bitcoin, when it was in the 30,000s, would hit 43,000 in August. It did. He then predicted September would hit 47,000. It did. He then predicted October it would hit above 63,000. It did. So people are paying a lot of attention to this guy. So if his theory holds correct, we're close to some big moves. Let's go further. We've got another guy I'm a big fan of, Tech Dev, newer guy here. The outrageous 2013 versus 2021 Bitcoin mirror continues. So there's this sentiment out there that we are repeating a cycle from 2013 currently playing out in 2021. And as you can see, 2013 peaked out about 170, dipped back down in July, got some more rocket fuel, and then we boomed right up in October, November, all to all-time highs from about 160, did about a 10x there till, yeah, about 1,000, a little over 1,000. I think it overshot about 1,200, something like that. Same thing is playing out here this year. April 2021 had a small peak, dip, massive retracement, 30,000, hung around there for a bit, 32, 34,000. And then we slowly climbed the ladder back. And we are currently right here at this resistance line at about $61,000. So what's interesting about this is if you look at these indicators, a lot of similarities. These indicators indicate momentum of buying and selling pressure. And when it's high, it means that there's a lot of momentum about to enter the market. When it's low here, sort of cools off. It's all consolidation there. Here, same thing, high, a lot of movement, cool off, and then it started rising back up. So the comparisons, I think, are very valid. Again, historical price action does not indicate future price action. So nobody can say with 100% certainty that it will play out this way. However, we do need to pay attention to the parallels there. Let's take a look at Bob Lucas. He is the author of the 4-year cycle theory, which he basically states, if we go back to the Bitcoin stock to flow. So Bob Lucas is another analyst. I'm just going back to the stock to flow. He basically says every 4 years, there's a cycle peak, there's a cycle bottom, and we had our last cycle bottom in 2018, and 4 years away from that is going to be roughly 2022, late 21, early 22. So we're pretty much right on track with what he is saying. Another one, Jesse Olson, another great guy to follow. So look at this, interesting parallels here. This is past Bitcoin runs, basically charted out. So 2013 run is in red, 2017 is in blue, 2021 is in green. While it's not an exact match, it's interesting to note that the overall trend seems to be very similar. So again, I think that's noteworthy. Okay, so where is this all going? I wanted to share my strategy with you here. I found this chart. Sorry, it's a little blurry, but Lauren asks, what is the halving? Let me explain that really quick. Sorry if I was going too fast on that. So the halving basically is the amount of new Bitcoin that is getting mined that hits the market every 4 years. This is programmed in the Bitcoin algorithm to decrease by 50%. So let me explain. There can only be a total of 21 million Bitcoin ever created. We're at 19 million right now. So over the last 10 years, it went from 0 to where we're 19 million Bitcoin. But over that time, so when it started, the first 4 years, I think it was like, I don't remember the exact number. I'd have to pull it up. I probably should know that. But every 4 years, there was X amount of Bitcoin that would be created every day until this 4-year mark hit, and that amount got decreased by half. So there was half of the new supply hitting the market. Now, what's interesting about Bitcoin is it's a planned scarcity. There's only going to be 21 million ever. There's never going to be more than that. It's not like the fiat dollar currency where you can just money print or go burr and money print. It's fixed. And all the new supply hitting the market, well, every 4 years, it's going to go in half. So it's going to get slower and slower to hit that cap. So by the time Bitcoin hits the 21 million like complete cap, it's going to be the year 2140, because every 4 years, it's going to half and half and half and half. So what does that mean? There's going to be less Bitcoin available. So that's component number one. Component number two is, well, if that's the case and demand and sentiment seems to be skyrocketing, well, what do you think that's going to do to the value of a single Bitcoin? So I would argue that that is one of the intrinsic reasons why Bitcoin's value is pretty high, as we've seen, because the value of it is inherent in the demand that people want, and the supply is getting decreased every 4 years. So that's what the halving is. Hopefully that explained it a little bit there. And Lauren, I can expound more on that if you need. What my plan is, if you can see this chart here, this is typically what has happened in previous cycles. So we're about to hit a major hype mania cycle, which is everybody's going to go ape on Bitcoin. And guys, we're already seeing it. I mean, my goodness, the New York mayor, the Miami mayor, this is only going to continue, especially as price keeps increasing. So the flow of money is going to move into Bitcoin. And that's kind of what we're seeing. Also, there is an overlap of, and simultaneously money will flow into Ethereum. It may or may not keep up with Bitcoin, but as we keep going, when Bitcoin starts to, I don't want to say stall out, but maybe when there's a lot of money there, people are still going to want to chase those gains. So they're going to start shifting the money in Bitcoin to Ethereum, because really it's like the number 2 crypto in the hierarchy of cryptos, Bitcoin being number 1, Ethereum being number 2. So then we see money kind of shift into Ethereum. It gains a bit. You're going to start hearing talks about Ethereum is going to be number 1. That's called the flippening. That probably won't happen. It's very unlikely to happen, but people talk about it. And then once Ethereum sort of reaches its apex, well, this money still wants to go somewhere. It still wants to chase gains. So they're going to start looking into some of these other coins. It's going to trickle down basically into some of the middle tier coins. Like I mentioned, Solana, that's probably a top coin now, but Avalanche, Cosmos, Theta, FTX token, Phantom. So long story short, Mana, I'm very big on that one. So the theory is that is going to basically be where the liquidity is. And then that's going to also signal the somewhat ending of this parabolic bull run, because that's sort of the last cycle. And then after that, we're going to get into the really bottom bargain coins getting pumped just randomly, really for almost senseless reasons. I remember in 2017 when their founder and team would change a logo, it pumped like 20% just because they had a new logo. So that's peak mania, and that should be a signal to you that it's time to probably start, probably already have exited many of your positions. All right, again, not financial advice. So my strategy is this: I believe Bitcoin is going to get pretty overextended pretty soon. I'm also in some of these other coins simultaneously, but I just think that the trend is going to go like this: Bitcoin, a lot of liquidity. It'll then move into Ethereum, get hyped. It will then move largely into the top large alt count coins. And then the final phase of this bull run will be into the lower altcoins. So that is my strategy. I'm basically taking exit points when I see that we've reached some peaks there. And again, how do I know where the peaks are happening? Well, I'm using indicators like this. I think once we get to 84 to 90, that's when I'm going to really start getting some small exits out, and you'll know it too from just the way sentiment is, what people are saying on the internet, Twitter, Reddit. Cycle top time frame, it's hard to predict, but if we were going off of, let's see if I can pull up a chart here. Let's see. So I still hold strong that we are in the final phase of this blow off run. November, December, January, February is still my target region. So if you see my mouse here, I'm circling here. I just don't think any later than Q1 22. I could be wrong about that, and it's very possible. And again, I'm a YouTube guy. Don't listen to me, but as somebody that's in this market every day, I feel reasonably confident that that is very likely. Let's take a look at some interesting news here. So really, we're close. Bitcoin only needs to break 64K to run to new all-time highs. Let's see where we are right now. We're at 60,978. Momentum indicators look pretty oversold. I mean, I think the next week or two is going to be mighty interesting. I'm just going to say that. So 64K. The guy that I talked about, Bob Lucas, go check him out. He authored this video in January of 2019, right after the 2018 bear market, which was extremely brutal for crypto holders. And he was sort of like a ray of sunshine because he really felt that his four-year cycle theory it was going to play out. And he predicted this back in 2019. And, by and large, his price targets were a little high, but the trend has pretty much moved very similarly to what he has said. So I would check him out. And again, the buzz on Twitter. My strategy, again, I told you, I'm going to go over some altcoins. I'm going to pause here really quick for comments. Do you guys have any questions? We have a few viewers here. Lauren says that makes perfect sense. I'm going to grab a cup of drink here. Thanks again for joining me. We're going to go and do some altcoins, and I am going to share with you some of my favorite ones, and then we're going to talk about Voyager. So let me share some of my favorite altcoins. Again, do your own research on these coins, but I am going to share with the ones that I'm very interested in. So obviously, I do have a Bitcoin position. That's a long-term position for me. I don't look to swing trade that. I don't look to get out of it tomorrow. I'm just going to see where the trend is going on the bigger scale. Ethereum, I have a little bit of Ethereum. I do hold a little bit. I think we're going to see 10,000 throughout this run. Solana. So let's look at Solana a little bit. You can buy all of these I've mentioned so far on Voyager, which I will get to next. Let's talk a little bit about Solana. Solana is being touted as the Ethereum alternative. Now, they're not the first coin to make such dubious claims, but there are a lot of projects being built on the Solana network. So Ethereum, by the way, for those that are not familiar with it, it operates on this system of smart contracts. And the beauty of it is the code that is being used, which is called Solidity, is a code that game developers, app developers can use. And there are a lot of developments on Ethereum. The issue with Ethereum is what's called gas fees, meaning if I want to send or purchase an NFT or do things on Ethereum, it's very pricey. So there have been alternatives to Ethereum pop up, Solana being one of them. Its market cap is fairly high at 71 billion, but we are looking at a potential nice gain here by the end of this bull cycle, simply because I think it's going to keep its share of the market cap as the overall crypto market cap grows. By the way, the overall crypto market cap is about 2.7 trillion. So we're not even a quarter of gold's market cap, which is at 10 to 12 trillion. So I think there's, again, when you have the mayor of New York and Miami accepting Bitcoin, I think what we're seeing is probably just a matter of time when it reaches gold's market cap, because that's where I think where value is going. So Solana is one of my good plays. You can buy Solana on Voyager, as I mentioned. Now, Voyager is not listed on a lot of these exchanges because Voyager is a broker. They are a platform that actually connects with many of these exchanges and will get you the best price. So if you want to buy some Solana, you can put an order in on Voyager and it will actually fish out the best market price for you. It's really awesome. I think it's a brilliant platform. It's a brilliant brokerage. So I would highly look into it. So I like Solana. The next one I'm going to talk about is Avalanche. Let's take a look at Avalanche, AVAX for short. Avalanche is also an interesting project because it is yet again another platform that can perform smart contracts. And its claim to fame, similarly to Solana, is that the network fees are very low. And it's low cost. And it's green, meaning it's low energy usage. It's relatively, actually, it's very new. It's September 21. But my gosh, guys, this thing has been on a tear. You look at its market cap, we're at 16 billion. I think there's room to run here. Let's see. So we're at number 13. Again, not financial advice, guys. I'm just telling you what I'm looking at. I fully expect Avalanche to break into the top 10. I think it's a matter of time. It's at 74. We're at 16 billion. market cap. If we need to break into the top 10, that would basically be a 2x from here. I think it should be sandwiched somewhere in the Shiba Dogecoin. And look, I probably will be crucified for this. I'm not sure about Shiba's long-term usage. I'm sure the Shiba army will be very upset for that to happen and upset at me. I just, I'm not sure where Shiba fits in this whole thing, but I could be and probably will be proven wrong, which is again why you don't take my advice. I'm just Crypto Tim on YouTube. Let's take a look at some other ones. We're going to talk a bit about the Voyager token. Voyager has had an interesting run this year. It went up to $7. Now it is back into the $2.40 range. And as you can see, let me actually type it in here because it actually broke into the top 100 and went right back down. Why am I so high on Voyager? Well, it's got a great team. If you look at the technicals, it's forming a very nice bullish wedge here. These usually have a nice breakup. And if you look at the platform itself, we're going to get into the reason why Voyager is my preferred platform. It rewards its users by holding VGX. So the more VGX you hold, you get into these different loyalty tiers called the Voyager Loyalty Program. If you hold 500 VGX, you get certain rewards. You hold 5,000, you get better rewards. You hold 20,000, you get even better rewards. So what are the rewards? Well, you get, if you hold VGX on the platform and you hold other cryptos, you get these monthly payouts in whatever crypto you hold. So the more Voyager you hold, whatever level you are, you get a boost to these base percentages. I believe the first level, which is Navigator, I think you get a 0.5% boost on everything. On Explorer, you get a 1%, and on Voyager, you get a 1.5% across the board. It's pretty substantial. And this is a monthly payout. I've been on this platform all year, and every month I get a payout of whatever cryptos I hold. If I hold them for at least, I think, 30 days, they just do a 30-day average. So not only are you getting payouts from the platform itself, you are also getting the appreciation of the VGX token. So for me, that's a double whammy. I love that. Now, the price has dipped a little bit. Let's take a look at some of the technicals here. VGX. Okay, so this actually doesn't go all the way back. VGX had a token swap earlier this year, so this was as of when that happened. Now, before that, it did hit about $6-7. Since then, it's retraced a bit. One of the great things that Voyager has done, again, with its great team, they've just partnered with the Dallas Mavericks. So you can see a Mavericks game in Dallas, and you can see the Voyager logo on the court. They've also partnered with Landon, somebody or other in NASCAR. I don't watch NASCAR, but he's a racer, and they partner with him. So that's cool. Let's look at the token itself because we're talking about VGX. So you should guys go check out this website. It's investvoyager.com. Again, you earn 7% staking rewards on VGX. You get crypto back rewards. So here's another cool thing. I didn't even talk about all the benefits. You do trades, you get actually cash back for just doing trades because they're a brokerage and their income is based on trade fees. So trading volume is a very big part of their business. It would make sense to reward their stakeholders, VGX. So yet again, there's a great incentive to check out this platform. In the YouTube description, I have a referral link. You get, I think, $25 of Bitcoin just by signing up and using my referral link. So that's cool. That's a coffee nowadays with today's inflation, right? Or maybe not even that. So it works on the broker model. This is a question I get. So what makes Voyager different from, say, Coinbase or Robinhood, which are, fine platforms, for what they do. The broker model is really interesting, though. Think of it as the hotels.com of crypto. Here's Voyager. Let's say you want to place an order for Litecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum. It'll take your order and it'll find out of all of the exchanges it is connected to the lowest price and will deliver that order based on however much you want to buy and whatever the order book on that exchange looks like. So it will mix and match and make sure that you're getting the very best capability of your trade. So that is really cool. I really want to get into the team. We're going to get into the team here. So the founder, Steve Ehrlich, I've watched many interviews with him on CNBC, MSNBC. He's a co-founder. Philip Etienne, Oscar Salazar, one of the guys in Uber. He was CTO of Uber. So there's a solid team behind this company. I really like what they're doing. On to the Voyager price prediction. It ranges, but I will tell you, I don't think $5 is out of the realm of possibility. Maybe $6, maybe $10. And I'm being probably a little bit conservative because we have been in such a long consolidation, which is probably much needed because you see these coins pop and they need time to cool off. I really think we're getting close to a breakout here. Again, not financial advice, but definitely check this coin out. We're going to go a little bit quicker now. By the way, if you have any questions, I see a question. Hey, Tim, it's Alex Miller. I know a lot about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I'm hyped to see your thoughts on Avalanche and Shibu. Well, you have come to the right place, Alex. You have come to the right place. Let me pull up my next one here. I'm going to do Polkadot. I'm going to do Luna, Polygon, Enjin Coin, Shiba. And I did I did a little bit on Avalanche. I didn't do a price target on Avalanche. Maybe I did. Let me do it again. Let me go back to Avalanche. Looking at Avalanche. So I said it's probably going to break into the top 10. I think that would bring it a 2 or 3x. I don't know. I mean, I think it's possible we can get into the 200s here. I don't know when. I wish I could tell you. But I could easily see this coin just really doing well towards the end of this next run here. There's such a use case for it as there is Solana and Ethereum. So you're right on the money. That's where everything's going. Everything is really going towards smart contracts, gaming, NFTs, and non-fungible tokens. You guys may have seen more of those things. It's all about platforms that can deliver this stuff, and Avalanche it's kind of right in the thick of some of that stuff. So it's a good one there. Polkadot, that one has kind of been it's recently had a breakout. It was sort of capped out here about $40, $45. Broke out a little bit to $51. Let's take a look at it on crypto market cap. And keep the questions coming, guys. I hope this is of interest to you. So Polkadot also has this thing called parachains. I'm not going to pretend to understand the big internals of it. It is pretty groundbreaking. There is a big event happening next week with Polkadot where they're introducing these parachain auctions, and these are basically limited assets that are going to be connected to Polkadot. So I think those assets will be pretty substantial. I don't know all of them. You may need to Google that, but I do know that the underlying platform of Polkadot will be pretty substantial. So I'm a big believer in this one. Where its price target is, I mean, it's already fairly high. Personally, I would probably dollar cost average into this one and see what some of the other smaller projects under the DOT platform are doing. Let's take a look at Luna. This one has definitely been the darling of the last few months. If we go to Karn market cap, that is the farmer's version of crypto. Coin market cap, where is Terra Luna? Okay. So yeah, actually kind of on a small downtrend here. It really got overhyped. Okay, I was on the wrong chart. It did get a lot of hype though, and as you can see, it's kind of did a mini peak there, and we've kind of retraced back. Blockchain protocol that uses fiat peg stablecoins to provide stable global payment systems. So you can read more about Terra's native token Luna. And it's a very interesting mover in the space here. I am paying attention to that one. Hopefully this is useful, guys. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I like talking crypto, so I'm just going to keep going. See, we have another comment. Tim, just getting into crypto with Robinhood. Does Voyager have a wallet or no? Also, thoughts on Litecoin. Good questions. So Voyager, you basically do keep your assets on the platform, because that's how you get the staking rewards. Now, the reason why I'm okay with that, because, normally I don't hold all of my digital assets on Voyager. Just let me make that clear. I have a hold position. locked away on my ledger, cold storage. But I do have some on Voyager because I do want to lock in some of those percentage tasty APR returns each month. I will tell you though, because they are a very notable brokerage, they've got all of the right I don't want to say trademarks, but they've got a lot of the right regulatory things working in their favor. They are FDIC insured on the USD and I think USDC side. So I feel pretty confident with keeping my assets there. I mean, and I don't, I don't say that lightly. I mean, I do feel very confident. But they do not have a cold storage wallet. So that's the one trade-off. Also, thoughts on Litecoin. Yeah, I'm not a big, so Litecoin was sort of like the darling of 2016, 2017. Here's the thing about Litecoin. I'm a little baffled about Litecoin. Litecoin's position back in the previous bull run was it was a faster Bitcoin, and that's cool. I kind of feel like there's been so many more cryptos that have sort of taken that use case away. The other thing that I wasn't a very big fan of, Litecoin's founder, Charlie Lee, literally sold all of his Litecoin at the end of last bull run, and he cited that he wanted to focus more on community projects. So that was kind of a red flag to me too. Now, does that make it a bad asset to hold? I don't think so. I just don't hear a lot of hype about Litecoin, but that could be a good thing because maybe its hype is coming. Personally, I don't hold any Litecoin anymore. I used to. But, if you want Litecoin, go for it. It's still in the top 18. It was number 4 or 5 at one point. So it's come back down a little bit. The only thing that, look, I'm going to shoot it to you straight. The only thing that worries me is that I think the speed use case, it was cool in 2018. I think now we've sort of moved on to this whole decentralized finance, NFT gaming world, and Litecoin. I'm not sure where its place is in that. There could be a place. I don't know. But a great question though. Let's talk about Polygon. That's another one that I'm keeping my eye on. The ticker symbol is Matic. This one has made some interesting moves. Let's go to 7 days. Let's go to 1 month. Yeah. So the month chart looks pretty substantial. This was from mid-September. You can read more about Polygon here. It's basically an easy-to-use platform for Ethereum scaling. There are actual there are programs and games, and I think there's a lot of stuff being created on the Polygon network. So I think this is going to be a pretty big mover, and it is number 19. It's got some runway. This is definitely one that I'm paying attention to. Let's move on. Hey, you're welcome, Michelle. Look, I've always tried to be that way. No need to blow smoke. Enjin Coin, and then I'm going to get to Shiba Inu. So Enjin Coin is a gaming token, and I'm going to give you a secret, guys. We are entering a very new world when it comes to this metaverse thing. I'm sure you guys have heard about Facebook rebranding to Meta. That's not by coincidence. We're entering a new era, for lack of a better word, where augmented reality is going to be more, I think, immersed in our lives. Games are going to use this technology, AI. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on in this metaverse. And this is going to sound crazy, but I want you to think of the movie The Matrix, okay? So the metaverse is basically a digital reality AI game, sort of like, you could create it however you want. They've got some that look like Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite, World of Warcraft. But here's the crazy thing. Because blockchain technology is here and NFTs are here, you can, believe it or not, buy tokens that have real world value because they're on the blockchain. They're not just created out of thin air on a computer. There is a limited supply verified on a blockchain. That's why NFTs have such value, because yes, it's a picture of this, the monkey ball or whatever. But there's only one of this one. It's got the serial stamp on the blockchain. There's only this one, number 461 of monkey ball NFT, right? So we're entering a world where gaming is going to have in-game tangible valued assets that are scarce, that have a real world value. That's crazy. So think of it's Matrix. I mean, it really is if you think about it. So Enjin Coin is one of the coins that is going to be integrated. I don't remember the exact platform. Let me just type in Enjin Coin. Let's take a look at it. But, you know, I do a lot of research on what's happening in the gaming world, and I just see this one pop up over and over and over again. So provides an ecosystem of interconnected blockchain-based gaming products. And yeah, it's just a token that's going to be used in some games in the metaverse. That's pretty big. I think it's pretty big. It's ranked number 66. So again, looking at market cap, let's take a look at. So it's number 66. I mean, my goodness, you know, what is that? That puts us right around the holochain. I've never heard of Arweave. So we're not even at $1 billion market cap. I'm sorry, volume. No, $2 billion. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. $2.4 billion market cap. I mean, if it got into the top 50, you're looking at a 3.6 billion. If you're looking at the top 20, you're looking at an 11.5 billion market cap. You know, I don't think metaverse is going away. I don't think gaming is going away. I think this caters exactly to the crypto market. I think it's a natural fit. So I'm pretty big on Enjin Coin. Shiba Inu, king of the meme coins right now. Now here's the interesting thing about Shiba, and this is sort of like an interesting, you know, where we are in the world right now. It's a meme coin. It gets its value because it's a meme coin, because it is what it is. But I've heard stories where like food chains are using Shiba, or AMC, was it AMC Theater? You can pay your movie with Shiba. Okay. So if they like it, if they want it as value, then it holds value. It's that simple. You know, you're gonna get people that are gonna say, well, what does it do? Well, it's a meme coin. Its value is because people are because that's what crypto is. It's hype. A lot of it is hype. And that is Shiba Inu. What is the long-term, you know, validity of Shiba? What is the long-term stability? I could not tell you personally. I'm not invested in Shiba. I'm not really interested in investing in it. Will I miss out on some gains? Probably. It's not for me. But hey, if you want to invest in it, go for it. You do you, buddy. NFT gaming coins. You know, there's quite a bit. Let's take a look at that. If I can get this. Any other questions, by the way, while I pull that up? Alex, did I answer your question? And again, I'm not trying to dissuade you guys from buying Shiba, because it probably is going to go up, just because I said I didn't like it or I wasn't a fan of it. So it'll probably go up. So counter trade me. That's how you win. Okay. We are doing game coins. Let's see. They have messed this up. It's a little different. Okay. Well, I'm not used to seeing how they've retooled this. I'm just looking to see. So yeah, you got the meme category. You can go through all of the different categories here. Well, there we are. Okay. So yeah, you can sort by category. So one of the big ones, Axie Infinity, and it's hype machine. It's at 9.2 billion market cap. It probably has some room to run. So Mana is one that I actually just invested in today. I think this one, is going to do pretty well. This is rumored to be in conjunction with the Facebook Meta universe. So that hasn't been substantiated. I don't want to spread false rumors, but something what I've heard. I do like Mana a lot. Let's take a look at some other ones. The Sandbox has been on an absolute tear. My neighbor Alice has been pretty good. Veracity has been awesome. Ultra is one that I'm keeping my eye on. So basically, Yeah, it's just part of the game NFT world here. You can read more about it here. I don't know all of the details about a lot of these coins. I'm still researching a lot of this too. But I'm basing a lot of my picks off of what I've seen in the charts, what I've seen from my Twitter folks. And when I see trends, I'd like to report on them. Let's pick one more. Mines of Delarnia. That one I believe is very new, so that one might be kind of risky. Wilder World has done pretty well. You can get that one, I believe, on KuCoin. I believe that's on KuCoin. Okay, let's move on to, we're going to talk about Voyager one last time here, and then we're going to take your questions. Hopefully this has been fun, guys. I feel like I've just kind of went over a lot of stuff. So you tell me if you have any questions. Again, Voyager, big believer in it. Investvoyager.com is the app. There is no desktop version yet, but it is on iOS. It is on Android, so check it out. It works on the broker model. Basically, it is not an exchange. It basically you create an account, you fund the account, you then see what coins it offers, which is over 60. And then it finds the best price for you on the exchange that has the lowest cost. It's commission free, and it's pretty easy to use. I much prefer it over Coinbase. As I mentioned, guys, there's rewards just for staking all of these assets. You get a percentage. Now, how the percentage works is this: if you have, say, Polkadot, you get 12% APR. So let's go through how that works. You hold the asset in question, and basically over the 30 days, it will aggregate what the value is on what it would be over 12 months, the 12% of that divided by 12. So I know that may sound weird. So it's not 12% like 12% based on what you have. It's 12% based on what is the APR. I'm trying to see if I can give you a good example of it. My math is a little fuzzy right now. You actually can read a little bit about it. I think they've got an explanation how the APRs work. Yeah, there you go. So you can read down here. They'll probably explain it a little bit better than I can. It's basically averaged out over if you held it over the entire year. I think that's what I was trying to say. Sorry, it's a Friday. But it's really cool. You just basically get percentage hitting your phone or smartphone or whatever every month. It's pretty awesome. The token itself, Voyager token, we talked about. The VGX token, you can obviously buy it right on their platform. I think it's also available on Binance. You'd have to have the VPN. You'd have to do Binance, not in the US because I don't think it's on Binance.us, but you can research that. So I do really like Voyager. You can look at my referral code if you want to get I think a $25 worth of Bitcoin in your account when you sign up. If you fund your account with over $100, I believe is the stipulation. And then finally, if you have any questions for me, I am here for you. Hopefully this was a lot of fun. Michelle and Alex and Lauren, thanks for joining us, guys. Let us know if you have any questions. And I'm looking to do these every 2 weeks, maybe every week, depending on how my schedule goes. So do we have any questions, any comments? Going once. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining Coffee and Crypto, even though I'm not drinking coffee. Thank you guys for joining. I will keep you updated as we go. Hopefully this was informative. And remember, if you are investing in this space, do your own research, invest responsibly, and just have fun with this. And I will see you, I guess, on the next episode. Have a good one, guys. Here we go, coming in hot here on the outro.